Tiara here with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today's soap is a Sugarplum FAERIE soap that I did last year. I wanted to bring it back, but of course switch some things up in the design and have some fun with it. So not quite a total remake, but similar. So let me add my lye solution into my room temperature oils. And as always, there is coconut milk powder, kaolin clay, sodium lactate, and Tussa silk in my ingredients. I'm gonna split this off into two accent colors. Got this pink here, which is a Fandango pink. And in the other one is a orchid purple. These are both from Nurture Soaps. And into the big bucket, I'm going to add some titanium dioxide that's been dispersed in water. We'll give these guys a mix. So now that that is at probably a medium trace, maybe a little bit of a thick trace story to go along with that, I'm going to add my fragrance, which is a sparkling plum. So we just, ordered some furniture from IKEA, and they were supposed to call or text when they were about a half hour out, and there's a knock on the door. And I have to walk out there in my goggles and gloves and aprons, and I look like a mad scientist. So it's thickened up a little bit, which is fine because I'm going to run a hanger swirl through this, and so I want it to be a little bit of thick consistency. The notes in this are as follows. The description says, zesty hint of citrus. And the top notes adds freshness to this delicious plum treat. Soft sandalwood and winter orchid completes this festive fragrance. So I'm going to mix that in and then start pouring it into my mold. And I got a new hanger swirl tool from Brambleberry that I'm going to use, I think, for the first time. Let's see how this behaves. Probably loosen it up a little bit. So I went ahead and frosted the top of my soap with some Sahara gold colored frosting, and then I've been just putting some gold sparkle in between each layer And I'm going to do that for the top of this as well. And then the embeds, lots of soap dough embeds. I have some pink snowflakes that I made with soap dough and a fondant plunger or cutter. And I also made some goody gumdrops out of soap dough, and I did that last year as well. At least I keep saying it was last year. I'm pretty sure it was last year. A lot of my soaps are just running together now, all the years. But I will put each one of those on. I've got some gold bursting beads from Brambleberry and some more eco glitter, and this one is called Vivalicious. I think I'm going to start by putting on the gumdrops on the side. Typical Tierra soaping on the fly, and then the snowflakes on the other side like that. Really hoping those don't break though. I was thinking about laying them flat, but I'm afraid that they might get cut. So I'm going to carefully stick them on one side. So I love doing this soap because I feel like it's a twist to the typical holiday themed soaps. I mean, the pink snowflakes, come on. And the colors just really pop and aren't your, traditional holiday soap. So I think I will continue with this design or something similar to it every year. See what I come up with. So September 27th was my birthday. Again, everything I'm talking about has come and gone since you will see this video in November. But I was having trouble figuring out how I was going to celebrate that, like most things this year. But I found something that was a blast, and I mean, I would do it again next year. I feel like I'll never grow up. I really won't. I'm just a child at heart. But between being pregnant and COVID and gestational diabetes, again, can't eat or drink anything that I want, it was just like, what in the heck am I going to do for my birthday this year? And turning 34, it's nothing special. I didn't want to make a big deal about it. I just wanted to do something small, something fun. And I see a sign driving down the road every single year for Beachmont Christian Ministries and their corn maze. And I've never done it. They change the theme up every year. I think it was like Toy Story one year, Star Wars another. And it's like, oh, that's cool. This year I drove by it and they were doing Doctor Who, and of course I was like, that is what we're doing, 8 months pregnant, and why not walk through 6 acres of corn maze? But I did it, and it was very corny. It was a very corny corn maze, but it was a lot of fun, and I got to go with, I keep sticking my hand in there, 2 other couples, and we just had a blast. For those who don't know, Doctor Who is a BBC America British TV show. It's been around for a very long time. I'm a big fan of it, and it's a lot of like time travel and sci-fi. And so when we got in there, they did like this crazy awesome job of building different parts of Doctor Who sets and filming this video where Doctor Who's TARDIS, his time-traveling machine, was boarded by evil villains. And since they've been doing this for 10 years, they took some of their best themes and put them together. Pirates, cowboys, Marvel, and Star Wars. So it was like Loki and Darth Vader and pirates and cowboys had boarded this and taken the cubes from the TARDIS, and the Doctor had to be found as well. So you go on this like little scavenger hunt and find all of these different pieces and these different themes, and it was actually a lot of fun, and I will probably do it again last year. I was a really big dork about it. I wore my Doctor Who sweater, and we found almost all of the different pieces except like one thing. But I'm going to post some pictures, and it was a lot of fun, and I will do it again next year. And I walked the whole thing. Afterwards, we went back to the house and we ordered crabs, steamed crabs, because that is a big thing here in Maryland, and before the season was over. Seafood is something I can have and it doesn't mess with my numbers, so we had a little crab feast, and I made myself some keto desserts, and it was a pretty decent time. Of course, I was in bed by like 11 o'clock and everyone else was still up out back around a bonfire at 1 o'clock. Oh, in that sense, I will not, I don't know. I will grow up in every other way, I suppose, when it comes to sleeping. But I love just corn mazes and doing fun little things like that. Alright, got my glitter on here, and that is that. I'm going to let it sit for 24 hours. I think I need a better brush. I don't know, I feel like I wasted a lot of that glitter, but could just be what happens. It will sit for 24 hours, and then I will come back and cut into it and show you guys the inside. Let's see what the inside of this soap looks like. I am going to cut some of these embeds, but they're still soft enough that I can fix them. So I cut a gumdrop there. And what I'm going to do is just put it right back on there, and you can't even tell. So here's the inside. The important part is that it is soap dough, and I can easily mold it back together. Loving those swirls. Smells really good. Reminds me of like a Bath and Body Works scent. I did go back and look at my old videos because I kept saying that I had done a Sugarplum fairy soap last year, and I didn't. It was in 2018. But in my mind, it was only last year. So where does the time go? So happy with this soap. It's definitely a switch up from the traditional designs that I've been doing. And I'm in love with this new biodegradable glitter. Between that and the Brambleberry bursting beads, they've pretty much made their way on to all of my soaps for this holiday collection, which will be released on November 27th. So if you would like to get your hands on any of these, I always have to look. I always question myself, and I have a calendar right next to me, so I'm like, let me just make sure I'm saying that right, even though I say it multiple times. I gotta look. Great for gift giving, whether you give it to yourself or your friends and family. Soap is in this year, right? So thank you, of course, for watching. As always, I appreciate you guys. There goes a gumdrop. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel and haven't done so, subscribe. Join me for more soap making adventures. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them for me in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you have a very nice day. A Sugarplum very nice day. And I will see you later.
Good one.